Hi, and welcome to the All Night Gamers podcast, episode 60. Metroid Dread is out. Oh my god, it's so good. We're
A lot of
definitely
fun.
going to talk a lot about that this episode. And also some stuff about the Switch OLED, Apple, and Epic is never ending. And some more rumors we got right. And we'll finish up with actually another Apple thing, but not about the Epic case, I promise. Anyways, hi, hello, hi, welcome to the show. Hope you're doing well. Alex, Cameron, usual guys here. Hi.
Hello.
Cooper is still dead. Mayo is in the ether realm
Forever.
as
Yeah.
of right now. Actually, I got a call from him there yesterday. So yeah, Metroid Dread. Holy hell, this game is so
A lot
good.
of fun.
This game is so good.
Alex says playing my copy of the game.
Sucker.
Sounds like a personal problem. Yeah.
Right.
It is!
Yeah, I didn't expect the special edition to be as large as it was.
I'm still the fact they put the Emmys into the like I don't know what it's called, the papery thing to hold the steelbook and
Oh yeah, like the
art cards.
tray.
The
Yeah.
tray. That's super cool. I'm a little annoyed though that they didn't also go ahead and just give us the regular Switch box.
I thought we were getting that based on the
Right?
art and stuff, because that was my biggest grimace with the Smash Ultimate Collector's Box.
Was just getting a steelbook and not
Yeah,
the regular
and like
one.
I will be the first guy to buy a steelbook. I love steelbooks, but the artwork,
I want
like,
both.
yeah, you just can't hold a candle. Like the steelbook never has as good of an artwork. That's the
Right?
thing.
Some-
This steelbook is better than the Smash one for sure, but
Right.
the
But a
art
lot
is
of them
so
are
good.
like Smash, Resident Evil 8s, and you're kind of like, I mean, it's cool, but it doesn't compare to the.
Also, like, I want to keep my steelbooks in a separate location. I want all my steelbooks together. I don't want to
Yeah.
have the game and the steelbook in there, especially if I only have the steelbook, because another stupid problem about the steelbooks is that like all of my steelbooks for Switch minus 3 houses I think don't have names on the spine. So
Yeah.
like
That's
Yeah,
most
I
steelbooks.
think Three Houses
They're like,
has
just
the name on the
no.
spine.
it's
But
the,
the problem-
there's only one and it's 3 houses.
Well,
Sword
okay,
and Shield doesn't.
Riddle me this.
Smash doesn't. Metroid Dread doesn't. Yeah, go
Riddle
ahead.
me this. Why do none of the special edition Switch games come with a regular box?
That's what we're
like-
trying to figure out right now.
Like, why?
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, Cameron
just-
came in. Oh, I could show y'all, and y'all could see
What?
this problem. I'll be right back.
Oh,
Where are
boy.
you going?
Okay, well, I
Oh,
guess we're about to
he's-
find out what
Oh,
that
he's talking
problem
about
is.
my special edition of Metroid.
What's wrong
uh,
with it? Did he already tell you?
Something with the box. It, like, unsealed?
Wait, no. Did he have the same problem I did? I wasn't going to mention it because it's really not that big of a deal. It's not on the front of the box, so you can't tell.
No, it's like on the side.
That's what I'm
right?
saying. Like, is this the same? Yo, that's the same thing that happened to mine.
The glue's like weak. When it came in, the plastic that was protecting it was.
Yeah, dude, same. Literally
connected to
same.
this.
Same.
I was like,
Mine's stuck back. You can see there's a crease in the box now, and
I've
I'm not
tried
that
to-
big of a deal because like the front
I've
looks fine,
had
so
it,
it's
but it
whatever.
won't hold. I'm gonna have to get like glue dots or something and put it back down.
Yeah, mine seems to hold pretty. That's weird. Do you think a lot of people had that problem then?
No one's
Maybe if
posted
we
about it.
Hey,
both
comment
weird.
comment on this episode of the podcast if your Metroid Dread box was messed up.
Yeah.
That's a weird
Yeah.
coincidence. That's really weird.
I opened it. I was like, "What the hell is this?
Yeah, I know.
How did this happen?"
I was like, literally the most exciting thing for Nintendo Switch for me that's come out in years, and it's gotta be messed up a little bit.
"Yeah,
Just a smidge.
It could be worse.
Like,
Like
could
you
be
won't
worse.
see it when it's being displayed, which is how it's going to be for 99% of its life. So.
true."
But
you
I know. But I know. Yeah, that's the problem. But yeah, the art book is nuts. I love the cards. I think I'm gonna put them out on my coffee table. I really want like
either.
So I got like a Mario Brothers encyclopedia for super cheap on Amazon, and I was like, that'd be a really cute like coffee table book to have.
So you want like
So
a
I want to
photo
do
album?
like I might just like lay it out. I might put it on something or in something, and then like where it's you can see it and pick it up, and then open it and take out the cards if you want.
Yeah, like
Like-
a photo album.
Well, I don't want to put it like I want to keep them in the package, like in that envelope.
Oh.
So I don't want to like have them always out. But it's a cool
You
thing
either
like to
need,
put.
like-
I really want like Nintendo themed decorations that I could
Yeah,
put
fair.
in my like game room space. So
You either need like a table like your parents that it opens up,
oh yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
or you need one like our grandparents where they have these glass tables in there. So it's like wood all the way around, but
Yo.
inside it has a display spot and there's glass over the display spot.
Yo, now that would be awesome. I would love to have like a game night table for like tabletop games where the
Yeah,
under is
yeah.
filled with like amiibo and like those cards and like
That would
stuff
be
from
a
all my collector's
Big
editions. That'd be so-
table.
Yeah.
You can get smaller ones in lambs. I don't know.
Yeah, like-
I'm thinking like shadow box depth. It's like maybe a couple
Yeah.
inches.
So like the amiibo would be laying down then.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be the big ones, obviously, and it probably
Yeah.
wouldn't be ones that are super.
Guardian.
It wouldn't be super important ones either, to be honest. But you could also, I could like put a Jumino down there. Or I could put
You could.
like a bunch of like collector's edition stuff that normally stays away hidden in the box. Could put those out. That'd be really cool. Anyway, yeah, back to Dread. The game is so good. Alex and I were talking about it a little bit before the show. It's such. It's so. I've never really experienced a true Nintendo return to form before. And it's so nice to see it. Like, don't get me wrong, stuff like Breath of the Wild or Mario Odyssey or all this other stuff they're doing with their series is cool. Like, it's really, really good. But something that just is more of the same thing. Like, it literally took Fusion and made it better, which took Super Metroid and made it better. Like, it's just so good.
And it's something
So
Nintendo.
I'm glad Mercury's team kind of took some of the complaints from Samus Returns, and we're like, we can fix that. Like the fact that you can still move and hit enemies with your, I don't remember what it's called. You take your arm cannon, your
The
counter.
parry.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's. It's just so.
but it's more of an
It's just so
attack
good.
instead of just a counter, because you can go up and punch things with it.
Yeah. It's. Yeah, I don't know. It's just there's nothing really crazy different about it. It's just like a refined same thing. Like super distilled. And I love it so much.
It took me a minute to realize, but at least in the Emmy rooms, when it switches to like the cutscenes,
Yeah.
zoomed in part, I think they tracked the full room to like, I for some reason thought, oh, you're just in the room, here's you getting stabbed. No, I think it's you're there wherever you are in the room, because I was in a water segment
Mhm.
of one of the Emmy rooms, and they caught me in that, and it had the water. So it's like all, if that makes sense. I'm trying to think of another game that
What do you
would
mean
make
they're like all? Yeah, they're all in the Emmy rooms. That's what the point of the Emmy rooms.
no, like instead of just like a pre-rendered cutscene, it's like zooming in.
Oh, it's the back. The cutscene takes place wherever you are.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I noticed that actually because I remember shooting a missile in one of these cutscenes, and right as it started, you could see the missile fly by and blow up. I thought that was really cool.
That's awesome.
And yeah, like speaking of graphics, it looks great. The sound design is great, especially in the Emmy rooms. Thank God it's a flawless frame rate, almost flawless. A little bit sometimes on the loading cutscenes, it stutters a little bit. But I never had any.
elevators.
I never had any stutter in the gameplay.
or not elevators, but
Um,
the teleporters where it's trying to deload the area you were just in and load.
Yeah, and also
The
do all these
full
like
next
complicated
area.
graphics.
Yeah,
I get for the Switch it's hard to load things, but at least it's not during gameplay.
yeah, that's why it's not during gameplay. It's because it's trying to load everything at once so you can just run through the rooms like older.
Yeah, they load it all in at
Yeah.
once.
Yeah.
Probably the reason it has such a good frame rate. But yeah, everything is just great. The design in general is it's
The
crisp
bosses
and
are pretty
clean.
good.
Yeah, for sure.
I was surprised if you do what I did, you can cheese Craig.
Yeah, you got
make
the.
the
We were talking about this earlier too. You got the
Yeah.
grapple early.
Yeah, I got the grapple, which means I could get the bomb early for the morph ball, and then just shoot myself straight into Kraid and blow up several times to basically win the second phase of the fight with no problems.
There's nothing at all.
Yeah.
I fought Kraid the regular way.
And it's a lot harder. I tried that. The first part's not that hard. It's slightly annoying.
No,
when you
after
won't-
the first time I played it, so I died the first couple times, and
Yeah.
after the first death, the first phase took all of like 10 seconds max. It was just
It's
missile,
not bad.
missile,
It
missile,
can be
missile, missile, missile,
annoying
missile.
if he doesn't open his mouth.
well, if you just
for
shoot
you
one
to-
at his mouth, he will open it.
True.
I spammed like 20 missiles at his face, and then second phase.
The second phase is kind of difficult.
Yeah, it
the
took me a
normal
couple
way.
tries, but it wasn't really all that bad. It was hard though. But oh my! If you have not bought this game or you've been hesitant on it, please go buy it. It is so worth it. This game is incredible.
Yeah, I want a new Metroid game.
I mean, like honestly, for me, like could be game of the year.
I
Which,
don't know.
you know, it's both like that's a compliment to Metroid Dread because it's really good, but that's also like kind of a diss at how many like blockbuster games have been out this year. With the delays.
I don't
and
know if
everything.
it's my game of the year. I'd have to beat it first. And then, but it will probably be in the top 10 just because
It's
that.
already a contender for me so far.
Yeah.
There's just not, at least for me, like the amount of games that have like would be on that list is not very high.
That's fair. I'm trying to think what's come out this year.
Not a lot.
After what you've played.
My only thing that I've played to completion anyway is Resident Evil 8, or played
Yeah.
like fully beaten it. I've played several things.
That came out this year.
Yeah. But it may not be. It's just not the biggest thing. Like, Rift Apart's really good. I don't know if I'd put that on as my game of the year, but it's definitely on the list. I haven't even touched Integrate, but I don't want to count that because that's just a DLC and like buff and graphics upgrade. I'd have to look to be sure. You know, I'd have to think about it for a while and stare at my games and see what came out this year. But anyway, we'll talk about that starting within about a
Later.
month. Yeah, like not too long.
Someone
from now,
told
almost
me
coming
it's
up.
11 Fridays till Christmas.
So probably like 8 Fridays till Game Awards. 7 Fridays.
Will we
Yeah,
talk about
that's
best game of
right.
the year at Game Awards or wait till the last week like we did last year?
I think it'd probably be a smart idea to do it around Game Awards.
Yeah, then it's all together.
Yeah.
But it's not Game Awards. It's Spooky Games right now.
Yeah. And
And if
Metroid
you
Dread
want a
hits
spooky
that big.
game,
Those
yeah.
Emmys, man. Those Emmy rooms are terrifying. That's where I
Leave-
noticed the sound design was really good as those Emmy rooms. That like beeping and clawing around is really creepy.
Look, I use
They nail that perfectly.
yeah. Hate the little robots in those rooms though. The ones that like
Oh
fly
my god,
around.
I was playing earlier today and I was fine. I was hiding and cloaked and hanging from the ceiling, waiting for him to run away, and then one of those bots came and smacked right into me and knocked me off, and I fell down and like, oh my god, I instantly died to the enemy. He found me just like that.
I'm like, oh god. And they're always near the
Yeah, they're
magnet
always
part.
near where you're hiding. Like, oh my gosh. Speaking of Metroid Dread, it's actually already been pirated and is emulatable now. And Kotaku
Don't
put
do
out
it.
an article. Alex found this, where the last line initially said, "Thank God for pirates, emulators, modders, and hackers." And now I kind of agree with that in some respects, but not in this not in this
for brand
context.
new-
Yeah, not in this context.
Not for brand new games. Like, you can't argue for preservation and then be like, oh, but I'm gonna play this game that just launched. Like, what are you
Yeah,
preserving?
so actually,
This
a
game
lot of people
is on
already got
shelves.
pissed off. So you guys are not the first. They got really
Yeah,
pissed
I
off, and
saw
they
this.
updated the article.
And the
and
guy
said-
on Twitter is trying to defend himself. The author.
An earlier version of this story was understood by many readers to be a direct suggestion to illegally download this just released game. We regret this interpretation. Kotaku believes emulation is a vital part of the world of gaming, not least when it comes to game preservation, while not directly encouraging anyone to break the law and download games that have not been purchased. We believe our readers are intelligent adults capable of making such choices for themselves independently of us. Okay, this might be because I've been watching too much news recently, but I really hate any company that lies.
Yeah.
Because they're lying.
I've seen the two versions. Someone archived the original, like right after it was posted, so it's in the Wayback Machine. The original one said, "If you are a Nintendo lawyer, this is just a joke. Don't read this."
For everyone
They've
else.
removed that line.
Literally, companies lying makes me so mad because you can't do anything about it. This
What's
even
funny.
kind of extends to video games a little bit because I really hate when Nintendo lies because they're lying. But this goes
Kotaku?
stop lying. God damn.
Your publication. Your whole job is to print facts. Print them.
Kotaku's
at least Nintendo never slipped up. They just lie straight. They lie from the start. That you can never tell they're lying because they never say anything else. But Kotaku said it and then changed it. But you're on the internet. You can't just delete it. You just go like Alex just said, Wayback Machine. You can't delete that.
Yeah. Welcome to the internet, bitch.
But yeah, Kotaku doesn't get. I want to say it's at least two companies I know of. Like EA and Ubisoft won't send them trial versions to review copies of their games because they've pissed them off too many times.
Good.
I'm pretty sure Nintendo's gonna join that list after this.
Yeah, there's lots of comments on this article. Older games, this is the top one. Older games I can understand, but encouraging the torrenting and pirating of a game one day after its release, for fuck's sake. So yeah, wow.
It's kind of more my stand.
I will be the first guy to stand up and think that emulation is a great thing for. Once you get past one generation old, I think it's a great thing. PS3 and Xbox 360 stuff and back I'm all for that.
Not emulatable.
But anything that's still considered current, just no. That's unless you bought the game already. In that case, do what you want. But nobody does that. No one buys a game to go emulate it because emulation sucks. I don't get that.
I just love how they're like, y'all just all took it the wrong way.
No, we haven't. No, we didn't.
No, you wrote it wrong. If that's
see, this is why people that emulate things look bad. It gives people like me a bad rap. I emulate crap all the time, but I don't go and steal brand new games off the internet just because I'm emulating Pokemon.
Gold.
Like I'm doing a Nuzlocke of Fire Red or something on my PC. Doesn't make me a bad guy. That game came out in the early 2000s. No one cares
so
anymore.
You own Fire Red.
Actually, I don't.
Yeah.
I own Leaf Green. But
close enough.
That's the point. No one cares. Nintendo's not selling Fire Red. If they were, I would own it, and I'd still probably emulate it because you can't do
Nuzlocke.
Yeah, for Nuzlocks and stuff, or randomizers or whatever.
See,
there's such a oh my gosh.
I'll tell you right now, I'm not deleting my copy of Soul Silver for the sake of doing anything with it. I have so many of the events. I can't get those.
Yeah.
But a brand new game, it's like, do you guys remember when Breath of the Wild released and Simu had it day one for the Wii U version?
Yep.
There's no reason for this.
I don't know, and again, I get it. I'm not gonna be the guy to stand up and I support the multi-billion-dollar corporations because I'm not that guy. But I'm not really for stealing either. I don't know. It's just I don't want to defend corporations because I really don't like corporations all that much. But I don't want to defend these guys
steals,
either. know.
The problem is
I can't agree with the Steelers either.
Game,
that makes me look bad.
It makes you look worse.
Yeah.
If everyone
and it's not like I don't.
They're just gonna not have funding, and they're gonna cut the project.
I want a Metroid 6.
Like, what are we doing? Why are we stealing the new game? Like, at least with Mario or Zelda, they'll still make those. They picked this. I saw several comments like, you have so many big titles to say this on, and you're going with the series that just got revived.
Yeah,
Really?
please. People have been waiting for this for forever. But yeah. Anyway, moving on. Let's continue to be upset about companies. Actually, so I first noticed this because I watch RGT85 on YouTube, semi frequently. Him and Spawnwave. Anyway, so he pre-ordered his Switch OLED at Walmart and is having a lot of problems. Turns out a ton of people are having this, and it's been dubbed Purgatory, Walmart Purgatory, where a bunch of people who pre-ordered the OLED at Walmart it just says it's preparing for order, and it's been that way since like before the launch. It just hasn't changed.
That's super weird.
Yeah, it's just kind of sitting there. So a lot of people didn't get SWOLEDs because it just
Maybe Walmart screwed up.
I guess, but there's also like people who pre-order from Walmart and got it.
True.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, oversold.
Maybe they took more.
Walmart and Amazon are the two that are more willing to oversell something like crazy and then be like, "It's not our fault we oversold it."
Yeah, Walmart, my PS5. I'll never forget that. I will never forget that Walmart. I already don't like pre-ordering from Walmart anyway because Walmart, like, if you grew up having to do, like, if you've ever been to a Walmart midnight release or you've ever tried to get a newly released thing at Walmart, you just get that bad taste in your mouth. Like, I did the OG Switch launch at Walmart, and that's the last time I'm ever gonna do that crap. That was terrible.
We did that for Wave 4 of the Amiibo. Got Charizard and got... Who the hell did we give Charizard? But, like, it took forever. Pac-Man, we got... No, we didn't.
I was mostly upset at Walmart because they sold the guy in front of me 4 Switches.
Yeah.
Everybody else was like 1 per customer. Every other store was like max 1 per customer. And Walmart was like, oh, fuck it. Yeah, sure. Spend $1,200 right now on Switches.
You're giving us the money, here you go.
Yeah. So, yeah, if you got a SWOLED from Walmart and you're in purgatory right now, my heart goes out to you.
Yeah. We feel y'all. We've been there before.
Yeah.
We'll probably be back there in the future.
Can't wait. Yeah, I can feel it. In a couple years now, I'll be like, Walmart wasn't actually that bad. And then I'll pre-order from something and they'll just bend me over the table again like they always do.
Correct.
Right. I try my hardest to not use Walmart.
Yeah.
It's because they always fail us.
I hate
Walmart. It is just nice like, I
don't know, like, besides video games even, I really do not enjoy
$50
Walmart.
I just
Switch
don't like
games at launch though.
Like,
yeah,
because
true.
I don't get what's going on.
Well, I can't even do that now because my Walmart hasn't had a game on their shelf in like a year now.
That sucks.
Like, they've got the things there, they've got the stickers. There's just
maybe you have to ask the employees.
No, I'm not doing that. I don't go to Walmart anymore. I stopped going to Walmart a long time ago. I hate shopping there. I don't know. They're not really that much worse than most other
It just
billion-dollar
feels
conglomerate
worse.
company like Walmart.
It really does feel worse.
I don't know. It's like if Amazon had a grocery store. Like, I probably wouldn't shop. Like, that's why I don't shop at Whole Foods. Is because it's by Amazon. Like, I'm down for the health stuff, but like at Amazon, that's Amazon store. I don't want to shop there, and that's why I don't want to shop at Walmart because Walmart's stinky.
I hate that Walmart is like my only option if I want to get.
That's what really sucked about living when I was doing my co-op. It was either spend way much more on groceries at this like smaller local place, which I ended up doing anyway. I said I hate Walmart. I tried. I was like, I could save so much money if I just shopped at Walmart. They have more stuff. They're open better. They're cheaper. Like, and I went there.
This is Pierre.
Literally JoJo Mart.
And Pierre went out as always.
That would be a little hard though.
Yeah, it was really rough, and it was like right next to that really big GameStop that was like the biggest GameStop I've ever seen. I went there all the time.
I noticed that a lot. If there's a Walmart, you'll usually find a GameStop.
Because usually where there's a Walmart, there's like a strip mall, like a tiny little set of stores. Like there's a nail place, like a Chinese restaurant, a check into cash.
Yeah, it's really annoying that the closest GameStop is like 20 minutes away from me. I'm like, it's GameStop. I'm not driving out to GameStop. What the fuck? I hate GameStop
Did
as
you go
much
to
as I
that
hate Walmart.
store I sent you?
Dude, that's 40 minutes out. That's an adventure. That's not.
that
Get
sounds
someone to
sounds
ride
like
you
someone
with
that's not
you.
committed to the game.
Right?
Someone
Gotta be
doesn't
committed
have
to the
money.
game.
I don't have money.
Committed. You
I'm
just
in the
ain't committed to the
DCP.
game.
I don't have money.
That's BS. I saw your story today. You bought stuff today.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. What was that
I
pin?
literally. Which pin?
I
there
don't
was
know.
not a
I'll
pin.
pull it up. Yeah, there was.
No,
Or
there
yesterday.
was. Dude,
Did you get it yesterday? Did you get a pin yesterday?
I have not bought a pin in like 2 weeks.
Oh, whoa, big man.
I'm out of money. I bought the Halloween pins, and that's been it.
How are you out of money?
Pins.
Because they don't pay me. They don't pay me.
Have you been buying the stickers? We figured it out. You're not that good.
Excuse you, the fuck out of you.
Uh,
I am that good. How dare you?
You've been paying the employee to give you the roll of stickers.
I literally could show him a photo and they just give me stickers. Why would I pay for the stickers?
I mean, shoot, my drive to my game store is like the drive from y'all's place to the store to almost anything.
Yeah.
Is like the drive from my place to this game store, but with a lot of traffic.
So like, if
So
I wanted
worse.
to get
So it
almost
sucks. So it's like
anything
15, 20
on
minutes to get
game
out there.
day,
Maybe not game day traffic. That's I meant like regular like rush hour traffic.
gotcha.
But I still go because I'm committed to the game.
I can't.
I sweat
even
game. I sweat game
I'm
out here.
broke.
Go into the secondhand store and find nothing and go.
Go fucking die, I guess.
What happens to me? Or I go into almost anything and it's like,
Wow, this is
it's way out of my price range for what you're.
We don't have
charging.
anything you want, but we do have lots of copies of Little Big Planet 3 if you want.
correct.
And you sigh and say sure and then buy 3 copies and leave.
And then you throw them at them.
All right, and one more thing about companies before we move on to Collector's Corner. Apple filed a bunch of appeals in the Epic case to the one thing they lost because God forbid Apple lose something. So it's most likely not going to be overturned because I think that's pretty obvious. But until those decisions are made, which will take a long time, they don't have to do anything. No company has to do anything if it's a matter of litigation. And that's how you delay doing things is by filing an appeal, which keeps it as an item of litigation. That's how Tengen was able to sell those reproduction carts of the NES back in the day, is they just kept filing appeals for forever, and so while it was a matter of litigation, they kept selling it, and they had to stop once all the court stuff finally ended. Fun little fact. There's your actually interesting tidbit for the day.
Correct.
And Apple's got the money to appeal for a while.
Yeah. Well, so does Epic. I mean,
True.
It'll be a battle of appeals.
that's how most court cases are between companies.
That is true.
So yeah, with that,
Either that or,
Mhm.
or people coming at Nintendo and they're like, you stole my idea for the Wii."
A decade later.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, I did too. I think someone came up with a similar sort of technology, but it was kind of, I don't know, wishy-washy. Although I can't say I looked into it that heavily.
If I remember correctly, the document he had, whatever those are called.
Patents?
Thank you. Yes. It was like just vague enough you could be like, yeah, okay.
This is maybe a thing.
Yeah. That's how most patents are, though.
Yeah, be super vague so that you can just.
They're either super vague or super detailed. Like, you touch this, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
It's like this is the exact specification.
Yeah.
Touch it, you will be sued.
And yeah, so with that, we'll move into Collector's Corner. This is the weekly segment where we go around and talk about games we've been playing and stuff we bought and things like that. I don't really expect anything out of anyone more than Metroid Dread, period, this week. But anyway, we heard. Oh, Cameron doesn't have Metroid Dread, and he
I
said he
don't
played
have
stuff this
it.
week. So Cameron,
I did
what'd
play
you do?
stuff.
What'd you play?
Okay, so Smash and Tetris because they both had events this weekend. But I also played Pokemon.
Wow. Which Pokemon?
Yeah, I
Pokemon
got
and what?
Pokemon Sword. I got.
Wow. You played Pokemon Sword?
I played Pokemon Sword. I got.
Oh, this was for the event, though. You
It
didn't
was
actually
awesome.
play the game.
I downloaded them. I turned on the game. That's playing the game. I moved
No.
around and went to the Pokemon
Dude,
Center.
you got to go to a mental hospital. I hate every that entire time the from reveal to release, y'all hated Pokemon Sword and Shield, and you're
I
like, I'm
still
still
hate-
gonna get on that shit and get the events. I hate this game with all my heart and soul, but
I
I'm
hate
still gonna
this
get those
game
events.
with- I did.
I
I
like
got
Sword
Zerog
better
and I
than
got
Fun
Shiny
because
Celebi.
you can break Sword by going, alright, I already have a Ninetales with a Psychic move. Nothing can beat me.
I don't know. I don't think that game deserved as much hate as it got. Well, anyway, is that so? You booted up Metroid. You booted up Pokemon Sword.
I played enough to go and make sure that I had the Pokemon.
You
After
booted it
downloading.
up.
I mean, technically,
I got
because
the codes.
Color kind of freaked out. Like, the Switch was for some reason on. He did technically boot up Metroid Dread.
No,
I
you
found the
booted it
control-
up for him.
I found the controller
His account booted
and
it
the
up.
couch,
You didn't boot it
and
up.
I was like, and I turned back on the TV to look at the Switch, and it was like, "You're playing on Cameron's," and I was like, "Oh no." I all the progress I've made is on mine, but he's technically started it, I guess.
Heard.
All right, so
Okay,
Alex,
yeah,
what
that's all I did.
you got anything besides
Okay,
Metroid Dread?
I feel like the answer is yes. Let me check something. But yeah, I did play a lot of Metroid Dread. I played I did the Smash Spirits. There was one for Emmy, and I see it. It definitely Sakurai definitely made it feel like you're fighting Emmy since they gave it invincibility during the fight. I did Tetris 99. I played some Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, which I told you about before we went to the football game.
Oh yeah, yeah. We
Yeah.
went to the football
Oh.
game.
Football.
That we lost terribly at.
But
As always.
Alabama also lost.
Yeah,
so
Bama
it's not a
lost. Wow, that was nuts.
It's not a complete
I couldn't even
loss.
keep myself up to watch it, and like I get more excited about that than most people. I couldn't stay up to watch it. I was so drained from the day.
It was a long day on Saturday.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
And you
'cause
had a
we'll go out
lot
and
of
eat.
those strawberry things. No, he kept eating
I kept eating.
Vodka.
I ate like 7 vodka strawberries.
with whipped cream and Kahlua. He
Yeah,
kept getting
I didn't do
them.
the Kahlua. I was too impatient for that. Besides the one that what's his face poured for me.
Yeah.
I just kept squirting whipped cream on him and eating them. And like right before we left, I was like, wait. Just ate like 2 or 3 more right there. Like, okay, let's go.
I only did 2 because it's strong.
Yeah, those were pretty strong. Yeah, that was nuts.
Yeah. It was still a good day because Alabama lost.
Yeah, that made the
And I
that
saw
made my morning.
someone made a comparison. They were like, Alabama fans. Well, at least Auburn also lost. Auburn fans. Woo! Alabama lost.
That's what they get for cheering on Georgia. Shouldn't have cheered on Georgia. I
Right?
thought that was an agreement. Like, I get it, we hate each other, but we both hate
we
Georgia.
also hate Georgia.
Yeah, we're supposed to work on that.
You can't cheer on Georgia and then be like, don't cheer that we lost. No, you deserve that loss. That might have been all I played because I'm not remembering anything, and My phone's not telling me I got any other achievements.
Cool. Okay, so I know that I said I canceled my SWOLED, but I came into some additional money.
And you bought one?
From work. So I don't want to give too many details on the money because I feel like I'm not supposed to talk. I don't know, it's like a health reward thing. Anyway, I got a decent amount of money from it, so which made the SWOLED like much cheaper. I just don't know if I'm supposed to be able to talk about how much
Don't
it is.
say the actual
Yeah,
money.
but it made it a lot. It made it a ton cheaper, and I was like, okay, well, I can't say no at this point. So it came up again on launch day on the 8th at Best Buy, and I was able to actually get one because, wait for it, Best Buy kind of fixed their wait problem. Their like wait in line problem. No, let me say kind of, because their website still isn't that great. But if you use the app, which I did, it worked seamlessly. It worked fabulous, and I was able to get one. What do you got?
Their stupid $200 tech thing is now what they're using to control hot ticket items like that.
Their $200 tech thing?
$350.
Their total tech thing, their $200 a year program thingy, that is now how they're like. That's how they did the PS5s that they had earlier this week.
So you pay
$200 for all their things, but
one of them is you get early access to hot ticket items. So it's like the new Best Buy like subscription program is what I'm hearing.
Yes, but for like everything. But the thing is, like, it's stupid and dumb and not worth $200 if you're only.
You're not making.
Well, I can promise I didn't buy that.
Good.
But
you shouldn't.
But on the app, like their queue
issues.
thing that was so stupid and never worked. It worked on the app.
Correct.
It worked great. I waited for like 5 minutes. It let me verify my account, get it, boom, bam, boom. I pick it up tomorrow. I am so hype now. I ran into that, those funds. So big dub on that.
New Switch, and I paid to get mine fixed.
So starting tomorrow, I will now have 4 Switches in this apartment.
Amazing.
And I also got my GBA IPS kit in, and I did that when I got back on Sunday from the game, and I've been waiting to show you guys now, but I will show y'all now.
Dang!
Look at that! Isn't that insane?
That is
brightness.
Love that.
Trying to get to the title screen here because it looks so nuts.
See, you don't need the stupid total tech thing. All your tech issues, you will resolve.
Yeah, and even if I'm not, the last person I'm gonna fucking call is Geek Squad.
Correct.
But yeah, and I didn't even my stupid ass somehow either lost or threw away the wires that you use to solder onto the LR and select buttons, because there's a way to control the brightness. It's got like 10 different settings of brightness you can change if you install the wires. If you don't, it's just set at default middle brightness, which is about as bright as a GPA AGS 101 screen. I tried with some thicker wires. I didn't have wire thin enough. It didn't work out. Anyway, so I left it at default brightness, but it looks great. It is so good. I had to cut the screen and stuff too because I didn't realize my shell wasn't pre-cut, but it is so good. It's got like twice the pixel density of a GBA AGS screen on it, so it's way crisper. You can't really see the pixels as much, but it's still super sharp. It's super bright. There's less ghosting. And also, it's the better form factor GBA. It's not as hard to hold as an SP. It's way more comfortable, and it looks stupid good. So it was $50 for the screen. If you have a GBA, do that. That is the best $50 I've ever spent. And you don't even have to solder anything if you don't want the brightness stuff. And then, yeah, Metroid Dread. My stupid amiibo, I've already ranted to Alex about this before the show, but Target was like, nah, we're going to delay shipping that until October 14th, which is this Thursday. So I should be getting those in by Thursday. They sat... No, they did, and then it sat in West Virginia for 3 days. It just sat there.
Yeah, that's what happened with mine.
Um, so I get my amiibo Thursday, hopefully. The weird thing is like, okay, so Target shipped my special edition of Metroid Dread with UPS. It got here on the 8th, like as scheduled, and then they decided to ship the amiibo separately with FedEx to get here the 14th. The box they used for my special edition was so large, you could have fit 2 more special editions and 3 boxes of the amiibo in all that damn thing. So why not just put the amiibo in there? I really don't get it.
Because they're stupid.
Yeah, that was it's really
Target-
frustrating. So
There's no reason that if you order 2 items in the same set, that they should be coming from 2 different stores. Like, why are
They did.
yeah,
Yeah, I know.
through
Two
2
Target
and not
amiibos
even
came
both
in
of them.
2
Why would you
different
use FedEx for one and UPS for the other? How do you figure out this criteria?
Cameron.
Like,
Yeah, but I didn't order those together. I ordered on 2 separate accounts, so I could, just in case.
You
Because
scalper.
my Zelda amiibo got fucking lost.
scalper.
I say,
Scalper.
look, I haven't scalped them yet. Excuse you.
Yeah, that's a big keyword. That's how we know you're a scalper. You said yet.
I need to scalp them. I need
Speaking
money.
of Game Boy, I got my copy of the Minish Cap in. It is authentic. Alex had me paranoid about that.
To be
but
fair,
it is authentic.
Game Boy games are so easy for them to duplicate.
Yeah. Well, this one had a photo of the board, so I was like ultimately sure, but I still double checked when I got it just to be extra sure
Like,
because
what
every
if
time
they
I talked about
sent me
Game
a
Boy
fake?
games, Alex was like, you know, my Minish Cap is
A fake?
repro.
Yeah.
It's like,
Um,
I'll kill
so-
myself.
A European repo. It's
Ew.
the worst. Because it doesn't even have the biggest bomb bag because it's glitched.
Yeah,
I
how
also
you
got my copies
accidentally-
of Wario Land 4 and Kirby the Amazing Mirror in from that claim sale.
I wouldn't
they-
mind building my Game Boy collection again, like bigger.
Yeah, Game Boy Advance is
They're so expensive.
by far the one system collection that I want to have the most decked out because that's like my favorite childhood one besides the Super Nintendo, which
Yeah.
is basically a handheld Super Nintendo anyway, so it's kind of the same. But like
I
Super
will-
Nintendo and Game Boy Advance are the things I want to have most decked out in my collection.
I will say it's nice though that so many were on the Wii U. Like a bunch
Yeah.
of the ones I wanted to play,
Yeah,
they're all
you
there.
want to talk about preservation? The Wii U
So,
really.
in conclusion,
In
Wii U is
conclusion,
great.
Wii U
is
is
great.
good.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Ugh.
great.
But yeah, I tried them all out on the screen. It is so good. I'm definitely gonna get into some Game Boy action soon once
Dude,
this Dread
some
high falls
RPGs
off.
would look really good on that one.
Yeah, I'm so ready. Harvest Moon looks really good too. At first, I didn't do the screen cut, and it was kind of jank. I brought it to Auburn, but I didn't want to show you because it was ugly. And when I came back, I did the shell cut. Like I did it properly. I sat down for like an hour. I was like, okay, if I'm gonna do this mod, I'm gonna do it right. So I did all the trimming and stuff, and now it looks, perfect. And
I realized
you good.
that if we get the opportunity, all I gotta do is play or whatever. All I gotta do is bring Melody of Memory, and you can get the song that comes from it.
For Smash.
Yeah.
Bet. Oh yeah. Also, Target was having a sale: buy one get one 15% off. Digital gaming cards. Which is
That's
like 15% off isn't that much, but if it's a gift card, like it's just free money. It's just straight up free money.
Yeah.
And it was good for everything except PlayStation Plus cards, which I was upset about because I was like, okay, fine, I'll buy like 4 years of PlayStation Plus with this, save a
Get 1
bunch of
year
money.
free.
Yeah, and then just call it. But they had Xbox cards, Steam cards, Roblox cards, Nintendo cards, like literally everything except PlayStation cards. So I bought.
So you didn't even get PSN cards.
No, so I bought two $20 eShop cards, and then I used that to get Graveyard Keeper and the Advanced Collection, the Castlevania Advanced Collection that just came out. Because I really want to see that on my OLED Switch. That's gonna look hella good.
Oh, that
Those
is gonna look
GBA
good.
games on there. So yeah, I think that's it for me. All right, moving on. Does anybody want to be a Cooper savior for Fade this week?
So there is a Tempest trial going on. You can get a thing. Um, there is a tap battle going on. You can get revived hats, and there's a grand battle going on. You can fight people.
I was really hoping
And
you were gonna say you could get a thing for everything you said. I don't know. I was really hoping
Look,
for
if
that.
you could get a thing, I would have said you could get a thing. You don't get anything. You just fight. Very
And
unfortunate.
Halloween units.
And Halloween units. I still don't have any. Quite unfortunate.
I've pulled one.
I haven't pulled any. Very unfortunate for me.
Cooper pulled Byleth and Sothis within 15 orbs.
I want to die! I'm with them!
The
You
Animal
let me
Crossing
answer
Direct
this.
is this Friday.
Why can't you let me do that? It's my series! You bitch!
That's what you get for being
Too
late.
slow, yeah. I mean, say it. What are you excited? What are you most excited to see in the Direct, Cameron?
Brewster. Also
Brewster.
the amiibo cards.
So the one thing we know about is the one.
Those are the
thing
two
he's
things we know
excited
about. Those are the two things we know about. We know two things. Animal Crossing Wave 5. Technically Wave 6.
Watch. The second those goddamn cards drop, Cameron's story about this money bullshit is gonna instantly switch. It's gonna literally like switch.
Hear me out. Time.
You can't call him out like that. We gotta wait.
No, you can call me out like that because it's gonna happen. The difference is I don't care because I'll die.
Cameron is just gonna eat grass and dirt.
I've told him he can just eat ramen, but he won't do it. He won't live the college way.
I'm gonna have to.
I mean,
can't
yeah,
afford
ramen and
proper
party
food.
pizzas, bro. You gotta be committed to the
You
game.
can't buy
can't.
party
You gotta
pizza.
be
I
committed
can't.
to the
My
game.
freezer's always full of everyone else's shit, so I can't
Also-
buy frozen.
He did try to buy chicken nuggets, and he's got a roommate who ate them all.
I kid you
I'm
not.
so glad the one thing none of my roommates have ever done that I've ever had was
is
eat
eat
my
an
food.
entire bag of
Eat
chicken
any of my
nuggets in
food
one
without
setting.
asking anyway. Sometimes I
Literally-
ask, like if it's something they know I won't really eat.
literally 40 chicken nuggets in one sitting.
Now that's committed to the game, right there.
I kid you not.
And that's why Cameron doesn't buy frozen food.
I really can't. It
Yeah,
sucks.
all of my buddies that have been living together for a couple years are really starting to get sick of this whole living with other people thing because they're all terrible when it
Yeah.
comes to like house maintenance. But like they all put it against themselves. It's not like whoever you ask, they're not gonna really talk about much how they do it. They're just gonna talk about how everybody else do it. But they're all pretty toxic when it comes to that. So now they finally realize that they're moving out, and now they're all getting this high that I've been living on for several months of living alone. Like, oh, everything stays clean all the time.
Oh, I come back and it's exactly how I
It's
left
exactly how I left it. Yeah.
It's not really clean. It's my mess that's here. I can't bitch.
Yeah. I
about.
mean, if it's my mess, and it's my mess. But usually, I'm pretty good about cleaning up stuff. And when I make it clean, it stays
it because you want it presentable
Yeah.
for people to come over.
Yeah. G4 TV is coming back. G4 is an old gaming TV show or TV channel, TV network.
I remember that.
I
and-
don't, but the YouTubers who are slightly older than us were all really excited.
Yeah, so it's coming back. It's going to be
Completionist
on
is
Twitch. Yeah,
On it?
yeah, he's one of the hosts, I think.
That's awesome. Love that.
I'm pretty sure this is where Scott the Woz said he was going to be on TV soon, and this is what he meant.
Scott
He's
the
gonna
Woz is putting rerun episodes on some TV thing.
Yeah,
Is that on
I thought it
Cartoon
was going to be
Network?
G4.
I
That was going to be my
said-
guess.
Maybe he said he couldn't announce the.
The network.
where
Yeah.
If he got like on, if Scott the Woz got on cable TV, if you're telling me I could tune into TBS and watch Scott the Woz in a worse way,
You can't pause
it's like
it.
it's Scott the Woz, but now you have to watch it at a certain time and there's ads and you can't skip it.
Yeah. Oh, and it's gonna cut the ads right between jokes.
Yeah.
as always.
Yeah, that's like half the fun of Scott the Woz is just how quick everything is. It's like bam, joke, 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 right there.
Correct.
They're not gonna play the racist one on TV.
So Yeah, that's really exciting. Gaming
If you,
TV. I guess I
yeah,
might put that on when I'm working. I put a TV in my office to have like
it
documentaries and
basically
stuff and
sounds
like
like
news when I'm working.
they
They should,
wanted to get back on like Twitch is big, so we can try this again. Is how it sounds like to me.
Oh wait.
yeah, but
We're
So
about to move
at
into.
launch G4 will be uh, available on linear TV via Verizon Fios, Cox, and Xfinity TV through streaming via Philo and quote a multi-year promotional and commercial partnership through G4's official Twitch channel.
that's a lot of
And
words.
through quote channel specific content across its social media platforms and YouTube. Additional
That's a lot of
distribution will
words.
be announced closer to the network's launch. So G4 will be on TV. That's what
Maybe
I'm
this
hearing.
is what Scott's with then.
That's what I'm guessing. Like maybe man, gaming channel? I would play that all the time. Usually the only network that the only TV I will ever be like, yeah, let's watch that. Like enthusiastically is Science Channel because I'm a dork. It's basically like the content I watch on YouTube but running all the time. So if
I
there's
mean,
a
if I watch
gaming channel,
TV, I want to watch what I want to watch, not like a specific channel most of the time.
well, like usually whatever's on Science Channel is good for me. Like I like all the programs on Science Channel, so I'm like,
That's fair.
so if there's a gaming channel, shoot, bro, I'd watch
I'm
TV all the time.
worried about that though.
Yeah, like
We'll
we'll
see.
see. Like it could be bad. It could be really bad.
Problem is,
Just
we
be
just don't know enough about their programming to be like, yep, this is going to
Yeah.
work.
Um.
Like, it's got completionists, but that doesn't mean
see,
it's
because
they're
Disney had a,
completionists, you know?
a game channel.
A game, yeah, a
Yeah,
game
but it's
A
show.
controlled by
show.
Disney. Like, of course, it's gonna
It
be a
was
little
with
Because they
stingy.
bought
Like, it's
they bought out Maker.
Yeah, Maker.
They bought out Maker,
So they used
and
like
when
the YouTubers.
you are ours, we own you. Work right now.
the network will launch with the return of its quote geek culture variety show Attack of the Show and video game review show X Play, hosted by returning hosts Kevin Pereira and Adam Sessler. So the original hosts from the early 2000s of X Play will be back. That's pretty cool.
Interesting.
Attack of the Show and X Play will be joined by Boosted, a weekly esports comedy series, a Dungeons and Dragons limited series, and several esports programs in partnership with ESL Gaming. Yo, game ESPN Gaming?
So esports.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
not? I guess not. I imagine if ESPN had a gaming network.
I was really surprised they didn't attempt it. Like when since esports has taken off so big.
Yeah.
Because no one wants to get in with ESPN. That's the problem. ESPN is like the only branch of Disney that doesn't make money.
Well, there's like you've got two big. The big is two, I think, are ESPN and what CNN are
For
like
what?
the ones, just sports in general.
ESPN. Well, a lot of the others are like networks sports. Like there's MSNBC Sports, CBS Sports, Fox Sports.
Sure.
But ESPN is like the only constant sports network.
Just sports.
Well, I mean, there is like SEC network or like ACC, like wherever you live, there's a network for your division. And you can like, there's usually not a CBS Sports channel. There's CBS that has CBS Sports on it at certain times. Like CBS gets their pick of the litter for the football games and stuff, and like Fox, I think Fox Sports is a channel. But the only like big one is ESPN.
Yeah, Fox has a sports channel since Disney had to sell it or not buy it or something like that because they already owned ESPN. They couldn't legally own both.
Yeah, monopolistic.
They should sell ESPN. Problem solved.
No, they have ESPN World. They can't sell it.
They should. No, they could.
I wouldn't. I would not give away Monday Night Football like that.
Yeah. It might not make money like the other things, but I wouldn't just give it. It's more like it might not make money, but it's not worth giving our competition.
It's definitely not
ESPN.
going away. That's a very stable investment. People are always going to love sports.
That's true.
Also, I love Monday Night Football. That's my favorite NFL night of the week. All the stuff they do on there is really cool. Anyway,
Right.
About TV
Twitch.
for 10 minutes.
yeah, Twitch. So Twitch is on a
different kind of
major
TV.
data breach. So, yeah, I don't really know what all was lost. Source codes, user payouts, and passwords. Okay.
There's a lot of money floating around for all those.
We can see, or
We can
it's been
all
like
of it
banned on Reddit, but there was list.
It's not impossible to find it.
Yeah. So change your Twitch password essentially.
Yeah, I need to go do that.
Yeah.
So do I. Whoops.
Epic is looking into making a Fortnite movie.
Please no.
Oh god.
We got to make a pact now. If a Fortnite movie comes out, we all jump off the roof of the movie theater that we watch it at. We're gonna go watch it, and then we're gonna die. That's literally what we're gonna do. If we don't die in the theater, we're gonna climb to the roof and jump off. We either die watching it, or we die immediately after watching it.
I'm so sorry, Grant. I enjoy living sometimes.
No,
I can't
we
die
gotta
for
go see it, and we're gonna
can't
die.
die for the
I'll
Fortnite
make the
movie.
pact to go see
I
it.
control
won't
my
die.
destiny.
I can die.
I won't die for
I can
but I'll
die
go
for a
see it
Fortnite
with
movie.
you. Just
And then
to
we'll
be
stop
tortured.
you from jumping, so that the pact.
Yeah,
cannot
sedate
be
me, I
completed.
guess.
We'll go see it on like a Tuesday at a matinee time.
Yeah, that way
So
nobody
then
can see. We can
people-
wear bags on our heads.
Correct.
Or we'll go to a drive-in.
No.
We'll have to rent a
People
car.
recognize the car. We have to rent a
We'll have
car.
to rent a car. Maybe we can pipe the engine exhaust back into the car, so we just get so high that we can't even see what's going on. Hopefully, it'll kill us. We don't have to finish watching the movie.
So
Yeah.
we're making a pact to see that in the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, right?
Yeah.
No.
See, those kinds of movies are like my brain
Can we just wait
immediately is
for them
like,
to go to
okay, so
streaming?
like that's like if watching a movie was huffing gas. That's what those movies are.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll just wait for them to go streaming, and then we can jump out the window having not paid anything.
No, I'm not gonna stream that on my internet. I'm not gonna watch that with my internet.
The FBI agent will judge me. I have to pay cash in the theater so that there's
Yeah. No paper trail.
Back-
Maybe see if they take Bitcoin.
No, because that's connected to all your stuff. You can't do that.
Yeah, so
Do you
cash,
take Dogecoin?
bag on the head.
No, that's still connected to you. You gotta
Don't
pay in
worry.
cash.
Traveler check.
No, that's got your name on it. Cash only.
Somebody else's traveler.
Pay. Look, exact change. All right. No discounts. No nothing. You pay an exact change and no paper trail.
Here's your ticket. Have a good one. Don't talk to me.
I'm not.
You didn't
Silently
see me.
turn to the right and walk towards the theater.
Look, you don't even bring your phone to the theater.
No.
Like that is how.
They're gonna track
That
you.
is, you are you are not
Track
being
you.
tracked at all for this.
You realize
are
if
just
you go
going.
watch the Fortnite movie, you can't run for office. That bars you from holding office ever. If you ever go watch the Fortnite movie,
Well, I guess none of us are running for office. 'Cause we're
Oh, was
I
afraid
won't
of
because
that.
I'll be dead one way or another.
Correct. Somehow, some way, death.
So we got more details on N64 Online. Apparently, gamers in Europe will now have the option to play specific versions of some of the games, because PAL games for the N64 run in 50 hertz. So now they will have the option on Switch Online to play the 60 hertz version instead, or they can also go back and play the 50 hertz version if they want, which is really cool because that's been a big struggle for a while as people in Europe and NTSC games. So that's cool to see. Why this detail and nothing else? I don't know. Why no pricing? Why
where's
no
the
date?
price?
I don't really give a damn about the PAL version thing. Like I'm glad
I
that
don't
it's
have
there,
PAL.
but like I'm glad they're doing it. But like, come on, there's a lot of other information we need before that.
Yeah, price. They announced games coming out later in the service before we got the price.
That is true. We don't even know if we can like properly add it to the family plan either.
They're not gonna kick the family plan. That's where they make most of their money on this thing.
It really is, because like, why would you? Why? There's no.
A lot of people live alone,
I mean,
Yeah, but it's
and also
$20
are
a
too
year.
lazy to do that. They'd rather just pay 20 and call it a day.
We'll see. There's just not enough info about a lot of Nintendo's things. That's the
no,
problem.
most of it we have
It's
info.
because
This
they're
one's just a weird
lying.
one.
They're lying.
I don't know if it's lying in this case. They're just
Not in this
selectively
case, but
telling us things.
for a lot of Nintendo things that we don't know about, it's because
What do
they're
you
lying.
think they're lying about, Grant?
We're not
lie.
working
We
on
could do a
anything new
podcast
at this
on
time.
exclusively things
Buy
that
the
Nintendo's
Switch
lying to us
OLED, and we
about
will
us.
never make another product. We promise. If you buy the Switch OLED,
It's
it'll
not
be
what
the
they
last
said.
thing. Yeah, I know it's
Look.
not, but they're like, we're not working on anything else. We promise.
Look.
That is BS.
That is
That's what R&D
essentially-
is. You're working on stuff right now. Tell me what it is.
We could do a whole.
Well, no, they
podcast
said they're not working
exclusively
on a
this.
4K Switch.
Guys, we do
Which-
still have like 3 sections to do.
If
We have
they-
discussed this.
The way they said it, we're not working on a 4K Switch, just means we're not working on a 4K Switch.
That's BS. You know they're at least
Yeah,
They can't
testing
say
it.
that to the
Look.
devs. Then they get sued.
Not
Or
the devs,
investors.
the
Then they get
investors.
sued.
Bunch of
It's not
liars.
that they-
Like they
Nintendo
can get
is.
sued for
Bunch
that.
of freaking liars.
Yeah,
They can be working on a Switch, just not one that does 4K, based on their phrasing.
for now.
Gearbox president Randy Pitchford steps down. Why? Why did he do that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It just did.
Just because.
Was he shagging in his office or something?
I guess
No.
I
Because
hope
we
not.
would
That's
have
a
heard
really, that's a
about
really
that.
touchy
Oh,
subject right now.
that's true.
Eidos Montreal shifting to the 4-day work week. Hey,
Love that.
my work. Why don't you take a look at that? That'd be
Why don't
really
you
nice.
take a
They
look
make
at that?
they're a Square Enix team. They work on like the Tomb Raider games.
My job. Hey, if you listen to this
4-day.
podcast,
3-day.
no, I
We'll
wouldn't.
come-
What would that be like? 14-hour
you go in
days
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
for 14 hours?
Man, I
Or like
dude,
it would be 12 hours one day. No, I don't want to work more than 10 hours. Like I'll work more than 8, but if I'm not working more than 10, and that's only if I'm getting every Friday off.
I'd rather do the 4 days for 9 or like whatever your other one was.
980. So you work 9 out of 10 days and you get every other Friday off.
Yeah,
But
I
you work
could do
9
that.
hours every day instead of 8.
But I'd rather have the Friday off every day.
Yeah,
and
I'd rather
work
have consistent Fridays off. I would do that.
Yeah. that extra day every week. Hell yeah.
EA says it could cut ties with FIFA and rename its football series. I think I was watching something about Spawnwave talking about this morning or something. Why would you do that? FIFA is like the most recognizable gaming franchise. So many
Yeah,
people
I-
just walk into a GameStop or something and they're like, "Give me the
They're like,
latest
I need
FIFA."
FIFA.
The latest FIFA. Like,
Madden was the same way till its franchise stopped being.
yeah, or like 2K. Like, what's the? I mean, it's the same. They all suck now, but a lot of people don't care. They just want the newest one. They're just like,
They
give
just
me
want-
the newest
yeah.
2K or the newest.
I don't
Madden
think
or the
EA
newest
is
FIFA.
really thinking this out.
They're just saying they could.
Going to the store. Oh, I want the new FIFA. You mean EA Sports?
EA Sports
EA.
Soccer 2022.
Yeah.
No, do you guys have FIFA? I mean, we can go to like. I bet like. Come on, man. Let's go. I bet Target has FIFA or something.
Yeah.
The composer for Dragon Quest, Koichi Sugiyama, has passed away. Rip.
That's sad.
Yeah. F. That's also really out of place. Be like, haha, FIFA guy dies. Anyway, Persona Cross Royal Ice Cream collaboration. Roll Ice Cream? Who's that?
Some ice cream brand in Japan.
Oh.
They've like
Well, it must be nice to get cool ice cream crossovers.
right?
Actually, we did that with Cold Stone. Nintendo did that with Cold Stone, but there's no Cold Stone in Huntsville.
Right?
no
There's no
Cold
cool
Stone
stone in the
anywhere.
South.
Where
It's
are
in
they?
New York.
Wasn't
Why
wasn't
did
there a
it
Cold
start?
Stone near y'all's movie theater?
I don't think so. I think those are
That's a
different.
Brewster's.
Brewster's, right?
Brewster's.
No, there's a Cold Stone in T Town.
Is that
No,
a
it's
Cold Stone?
Brewster's.
No. Hold on.
It by
That's
Target.
Marble Slab.
Ah. No, there was a Cold Stone. Was
But not during this collaboration.
above the Moe's downtown, but it closed down.
Yes.
It closed down a long time
Everything
ago.
downtown closed though. Like
False. Just the cool stuff closed.
you're right.
Nailed it.
Persona versus Physical Battle card game revealed.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So some sort of like Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh game. Jared. What's the one Maya plays? Magic? That's kind of what it would look like. You pick like one of the. They have like 3 decks, one for P3, P4, and P5. And you like play with the pro tags of that and summon the persona. I don't know. I didn't read much into it because it's Japan exclusive, but I was like, it's cool.
Epic Games now credits Among Us' Inner Sloth as inspiration for the Fortnite Imposters mode. About time. We all knew this from the beginning.
They didn't even try to make it like, oh, we
You
did
literally
it.
called it Imposters mode. Apex Legends lead designer Shin Cheng Shong is leaving Respawn. Well, I mean, the game already can't really get much worse than it already is. So,
Dang.
haha. I play the game all the time, and it sucks. The World Ends With You Final Remix is free to play from October 18th to the 24th for Japan and Hong Kong Nintendo Switch Online subscribers. And I know a lot of our listeners are out there in Hong Kong, right? Shout out Hong literally 0.
I just copied the article title. I don't know why they specifically labeled Hong Kong.
Well, so good. I hope that includes a weekend, so you can have your 3 hours of weekend gaming time.
Yes, for this 40-hour game.
Yeah, there you go.
We can get so far. You could beat the first day,
Maybe.
and that's about it.
It really is.
The okay, so some rumors before we finish up here. Grand Theft Auto trilogy is real. That's another rumor
Cool.
that is confirmed. It is coming
Hopefully
to Switch.
it's not just the phone ports, though.
Yeah, hopefully.
Because they had them on.
So it seems to be. So there was a GTA trilogy before, but this is the definitive edition of the trilogy.
They made the trilogy, what you're talking about, and they ported it and downscaled it for phones, and they've ported that onto consoles since then, and it sucks.
Yeah, because it's the mobile version.
Yeah.
Who wants the mobile version?
So hopefully this isn't the phone version, or otherwise it's like, really? I'd rather you have not done this.
I would not buy it. If it's a phone version, I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
The Nintendo Switch 4K may not happen until after 2025, if at all.
2045.
2045.
I'm okay with that, though. I'd have a job by then.
In a recent interview with Bloomberg, Toshiba Corporation singled out demand from game console makers as an area where it's struggling to catch up. One specific class of component, ABF substrates, is necessary for the 4K Nintendo product, but supplies of those parts are now fully booked until 2025, said executives at component suppliers to Nintendo who asked to not be identified. Nintendo President Shuntaro Furukawa has said repeatedly in recent months that the company hasn't been able to make as many Switch units as it would like. One supplier who requested anonymity said production is largely behind schedule to achieve Nintendo's goal of selling 25.5 million units this fiscal year, which will end in March.
Yeah, it's not really that Nintendo took an L. They were on track to become the best-selling one. It's between COVID and all of the.
It's just it's just a shortage.
There's so much shortage.
The shortages have killed Nintendo's dream to become the best-selling console for the Switch. Still possible. It's just gonna be a lot harder than it should have been.
I
if
mean,
this
what
was
was its last? What was the last physical report of Nintendo sales? Wasn't it like
I
80
don't
million
remember. Yeah,
or something?
that sounds right.
It
What are we
was
trying to get
big.
to?
We're trying to beat the Wii.
Yeah.
Um,
No, we're trying to
DS.
beat the PS2.
you got to beat the Wii, and then you got to beat the DS first, and then you got to beat
Yeah.
the PS2. But that's DS and PS2 is 150.
They're
Wait,
right like
don't-
right on top of each other. It's like 150 and 152. It's like very minuscule. Technically, I think the DS should be considered the best selling, but the PS2 sold for 15 years, and all of those sales get
Even though the
counted.
PS2 sold more, I don't think it should be considered the best-selling game.
I mean, do you kind of get what like within reasonable?
No, I don't, Alec. I don't.
Okay,
The console that sold
you're
more
right.
shouldn't
It
be.
is the best selling. Okay, but like,
But it was
with-
also
during the time
available-
that it was actually
you know,
made
relevant.
relevant. It didn't.
Like-
it wasn't.
It didn't get its replacement came out. It should have been stopped sold.
I don't think
Hell
I'm.
up. It sold
what
more.
I'm
It sold
making.
more.
I agree. It's the best selling console of all time. I'm just explaining why I'm like it's a little iffy.
Because it was out.
Because
for-
if I could sell for
twice as
15 years, I could also.
yeah, the DS would be. Well, actually, I don't know if the DS would have actually sold.
I don't think it was.
It
By the
might-
time the DS stopped selling, it was an e-reader. They're turning it into e-reader for old people. That's what the DSi XL was. I'm trying to find this. Doesn't Nintendo have a sales page? I've been looking for
They
that.
do. It's
to look at the-
Japanese. Because we talk about it when it happens.
Yeah, we look at it every time,
Yeah.
but I can't find the damn
Let's
thing anywhere.
see. I know we're not making this up because it exists. What's the source? Financial report for the fiscal year.
Yeah, it's at
August.
89 million units right now. So it's
Net sales.
um
Where's there's gross. Net profit.
I found it.
Hardware.
Yeah, 89 million units as of June 30th. So it's
Got it.
likely to bust 100
They
by
they
It'll beat the Wii.
next fiscal year.
It'll
Okay,
easily beat the
actual software sales for the first 2021 fiscal year were 28.83 million, and by 2022 they wanted to sell another 25.5 million units.
Yeah, so basically it's doable. I don't like it's
I
just
mean, if they want it to go as long as they want it to, it's
yeah, if they
easily
redefine the
can.
life cycle, then that's going to be different, I think.
Yeah. But we'll see.
Because like just
I
having
would like a slightly more powerful one though.
yeah, you and everybody
Yeah.
I please
Right,
play
but-
games greater than 20 frames, bro. This is not a Nintendo
Please?
64.
I mean,
Why is this?
Metroid
why
Dread
is
does
Kingdom Hearts-
outside of the
Why-
load
like,
zone.
Not as
Why is Kingdom Hearts having to be cloud only?
That's Square being lazy. Like 3 I get, and Fragmentary Passage I get, but the
But
rest
the
is it
rest
being
of
lazy
them?
or is it because like it would take so much work to do it that they would spend
well,
more money
they were already
doing
on
writing
the PS3.
Yeah, but PS3 games are notoriously tricky. I'm not saying it'd be hard. I'm saying compared to the amount of people that would buy it that don't already own it in some form, would probably not be enough to
I-
outweigh the cost of having to redevelop it.
That's kind of
Maybe
fair.
it's based on how
would I be
Xbox
more
sells.
willing to pick up a physical one than
Well, yeah, but we already own it on multiple
Cloud.
systems. We own it on multiple systems.
Yeah,
You're debating buying it for Xbox.
I did not buy for Xbox.
I said debating. Grant, what did I say?
Debating.
I don't have the money to buy it on Xbox, and I
You
want
do if it's
buy
$10 for all in one, which
Oh,
it
I didn't
constantly
know
is.
that.
See, debating.
I mean, if you tell me something's $10, dude. I look at
All right, I'll
Steelbooks
take
for
4.
games I don't own, and I'm like,
I'll take 100. Give it right now.
Best Buy has a steelbook for something I think it might be Cyberpunk, and it's like $3.
I
And
bought
was like,
the Borderlands 3 Steelbook and the Doom Eternal Steelbook because they were both $3. I was like, whatever. Yeah, sure.
Deal.
Sold.
it's $3.
Here.
I'm like,
Sold. I
Alex,
bought
are
them.
you
I
that
bought the hell out of those
stupid?
things. I should have bought multiple.
You can start using them as coasters.
My mind went, "Are you that stupid to buy them?" I'm like,
Yes.
maybe.
Yes,
I
my
don't
mind
own the
did that
game.
and then
Yes.
went, yes. Click.
Maybe. I bought it.
At least I
would
do
have
like
if
Doom
Auburn
Eternal.
Had it just charged me $300.
Like,
Okay.
I could at least do
Where-
Doom Eternal. Anyway, yeah.
Where are we on the podcast right now?
We're doing okay.
We're almost.
in
I think we're
rumor
almost
round.
No,
done. We got our
I
last
don't
rumor.
actually know where we are. Are
At
we
the
Um,
bottom,
rumor
the-
round up?
talk about a controller.
The Microsoft 20th anniversary Xbox controller leaked. What does it look like?
I will try to find a picture. I forgot to save it. I kind of liked it.
Oh yeah.
Is it the
Yeah.
SpongeBob one?
No, it's
No, it's
the-
funny.
Imagine the 20th anniversary Xbox controller being a SpongeBob theme.
Okay,
Oh, that
I
is
like
pretty sick.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'd buy that. I don't have money,
Right?
but I'd buy
It's
that.
pretty. I actually pretty like that. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, no,
There's
it's
also a
Oh
headset
yeah, I
that's
saw
a
that
really
the headset
big-
that matched it too, like that smoke
Yeah,
gray plastic.
yeah.
that's sleek. I like that.
It's got the old-fashioned Xbox green on it. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's how you do an anniversary.
There's one thing Xbox is really good at is controller, like special edition controllers. They've been on top of that for the whole
Always.
Xbox One generation. Like
Yeah.
the Xbox One was very stinky, but the controllers were always good. They always had some kind of
That's
special
true.
edition coming out.
And it always looked fantastic.
Your average consumer on YouTube gets sent those all the time. He has like display cases full of all the custom controllers
Oh,
they
I
sent
want
him.
that.
Yeah, I
Shoot,
know.
I want
Imagine being loved that much by Xbox. Like every month
Imagine
they can
being
send you a
loved
controller.
that much by any
Xbox, love me. I'll simp for you.
Um,
dogs
That
are
is
mad
not a
'cause you're
joke.
lying.
Actually, I'll simp for them if they send me free stuff.
anybody would, but that's called prostitution.
And
And all right, so the finishing topic I saw is so Apple's in mid development of what they called their take on a hybrid gaming console, so basically a Switch.
oh god,
And also 10 out of 10 games like Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey that are almost ready to go, is what they say. So my question was, do you think that companies the likes of Apple or Samsung, like phone developers, could get in on the gaming hardware space?
no.
We've seen Google flop, and they do make phones, but they're not really like, that's not their biggest thing. But like sole phone developers like Apple and Samsung, I can
I don't
totally
think
see
so.
Apple doing it and hitting the same niche market because Apple has a cult following, kind of like we're Nintendo cult
Yeah.
followers. There's a lot of people that are Apple cult followers. They'd probably just
But-
buy one as a flex.
That's true.
No.
Now, do I think it would actually
can't
like
see.
sell? No. Do I think it could like be?
No, I see. It will be
Yeah.
like the Stadia. for
It'll
Apple
be exactly
fanboys.
Stadia. I could.
You think it's gonna? You think their hybrid console is gonna do as terrible as a streaming platform?
Not as terrible, but like
I
it's
think,
gonna be like
especially if
made-up
it's
fanboys.
similar to the Switch
If it's-
in any way, like if it uses an x86 architecture and has similar specs, I could easily see so many companies just porting Switch games over to the Apple
True.
device
That's
too.
true. Okay. It
And-
depends on what they actually do.
Yeah, it depends
I
on
don't
what
know
they
what-
do.
Apple
both
won't take a
hardware
loss on
and-
the console though.
That's true.
Well, neither does Nintendo.
True, but
Also
they're
true.
willing to take a loss if they had to. Like
Yeah,
they'll
but
be
they
like
don't.
every other game.
Nintendo
dev.
makes money on every Switch. And Apple can do
Yeah,
the
but-
same thing and charge more because Apple has the kind of
Apple
clout
has-
pull that, only Apple does.
I don't know. I think they can maybe talk some game devs, and I just don't see it going well. I see it going like the Google Stadia or the Luna. It will do better, but I don't know how much.
I
better.
think if it's gonna do well, they've gotta be legit about those 10 out of 10 games they say they're working on that
They
are
won't
almost ready to
have
go.
those.
If they do,
won't
then
have
it
those
works
at
because
launch.
this discussion we're having right now is the same discussion so many people had about the Switch when it first came out. No one
That's
thought
true.
that there was going to be the support behind it, and they were going
True,
to
but I
mess
was
it
gonna
up.
get a
But
Switch
they,
anyways.
yeah, I know, but
Yeah,
that's the thing. We got to
but
think of
we
people that are
use.
not obsessed
Um,
with Nintendo products.
uh,
But Nintendo came out and got a couple third
I
party
guess
games, and they also got a big, huge smash hit in Breath of the Wild. If Apple could pull something like that off, that's when you get the attention of third parties. You know, like third party stuff was not big on Switch the first year. It took a year or
That's
two,
very true.
but
I guess
because
part of
you had
it
to grab
is
the
I've
attention.
seen Apple Arcade. And it's just about
Yeah, that's the
games
difference.
you'll
Is it going to
find
be a hybrid
everywhere.
gaming console like at the Switch, or is it going to be a micro console like the Ouya? That's the big difference here. Is this actually going to be a gaming console, or is this going to be a phone
you
with
just claiming
with
it?
sticks attached
Apple
to
specifically, answer us. Tweet us.
it? Yeah, at Apple.
That's kind of where
At
I'm
Apple.
at with that.
Hey,
At Apple,
hey
answer us.
Apple, how shit is your thing going to be that you're working on right now?
I mean, if they do well, I might eventually pick one up, but I really have doubts that will happen.
I mean,
especially
yeah,
when
like if they
don't.
pull off a Switch and have some killer exclusives. I mean, like I'm not really a big Apple
No
guy,
third
but
party
I'll
will
play the
be-
games.
I can't see any third parties being exclusive. They'll
Not
pull an
a,
Epic
that's
and
not.
it will
I'm not.
be a
No,
year.
they'd have to be
but-
first party exclusives. What I'm saying, like if
Yeah.
if Apple makes these exclusives like they're talking about, they're making right now, and they're true 10 out of 10s, like game of the year material, like they did for the Switch, then okay, I can see it. That's the thing. You got to do like that's. I think that's the biggest reason the Switch was a success is that Nintendo put out 2 game of the year contenders at its launch. Apple would have to do the same thing
And I just don't see Apple.
because that's what
doing
sells consoles. You got to get the third party
You gotta-
support, and you got to have the killer
my mind, you
You
exclusive.
gotta have something
running.
right
It's
out of the
running
gate.
on the
Otherwise-
arcade thing. It's running on their streaming service where they had like 5 things to stream.
Apple TV.
Yeah, out of the gate, and only one really impressed people.
We'll see.
And they charge like more than Disney Plus and around like Netflix's prices.
Yeah, but it's Apple. Yeah, it's also hard to consider. Like you can't consider Apple a normal company. People will do a lot of things to have all Apple products. So
That's true.
kind of like what
I like
I'm doing
that.
right now. I'm buying my 4th Switch. Imagine me, but if I was an Apple guy. Like it's
You
the same
were
thing.
an Apple guy in high school or
That
middle
was
school.
before I could. That was before I was cognizant. I wasn't making those decisions. I was just being given a
True.
phone. Like okay,
Yes.
sure.
Yeah, he wasn't.
My mom was like, "You need a phone so I can call you. Here's this." And I only got the iPhone because she was getting like deals where if she bought her a new phone, she'd get a second one for free. I'll be like, "Okay, I'll get
Yeah.
an iPhone."
I don't. Okay, I know.
As
I
soon
don't
as I
watch
became
TV,
cognizant,
but I
I
do those
switched to
phones.
Android. I got a big brain.
where
I
you
grew
can
up.
actually change things.
Yeah, and I've stuck that way ever since.
Yeah.
Gang.
I mean,
Everything but Apple
I'm not
games.
against it. I don't see it doing well. I'm gonna be really pessimistic on Apple on this.
Yeah,
but
I mean
if they-
it's easy to be because especially in like the recent light of Luna and Stadia and stuff.
they
like,
could sell me on it, but it's gonna take a lot,
It'll
and I
take some
want to see
effort.
like actual.
Don't make
support
it a
behind
streaming
it, not just,
platform.
like-
And don't make it a micro console. Make it a Switch and put some killer things on there.
And you might actually sell,
yeah, and you might do something.
but we'll see.
There's just a part of me that's like, it's gonna be a phone. I know it's gonna be a
It's
phone.
gonna be a phone. It's just gonna be a phone with an HDMI cord.
VC
Yeah, like is there?
phones.
Can you make any more of a middle ground between an iPhone 13 Pro and an iPad Mini? They're like barely bigger. It's not that much bigger. Like, how do you
No.
define a middle ground there?
Have y'all seen this
You
phone
don't.
in Japan?
The
That,
new iPhone.
No, it's not an iPhone. It's a phone that like it's a gaming phone and it has built-in buttons, like L and R buttons into the side. So when you turn on a game, it will flip those up.
Oh,
That's
that's cool.
sick.
I like that.
Asus or
They should do
Razer needs to
that.
get on that. Don't Asus and Razer still make phones?
They
were for a
would hope
while.
So. That's all they do. So either that or they're out of business.
Asus does
So-
not only make phones.
Okay, but Razer basically does.
It was just
I
like
just bought a
small
Razer
buttons.
gaming mouse last week. You tripping? I think we need to
Yes.
end this episode. We're going a long time. We've talked about a lot of things.
We've talked about a lot, and a lot of it doesn't even relate to what we have on the podcast sheet. So The
We don't
sticking
get
point
to
did it.
talk that much though, so
Yeah,
do.
if you're here,
we even
you
hit on
probably
football.
know.
We are chaotic.
Yep.
If you're here and you're still listening to us, you probably expect us at this point.
I would hope so.
Um,
It is what we do every week.
We try to be less chaotic. This week was just not possible.
not
No.
gonna happen.
We could have. We just weren't.
Um,
We like the chaos.
But yeah, that's going to end it for there. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show. Please share us with a friend. We post every Wednesday, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube.com/StormwindGames. Let us know what you think of Metroid Dread and tell us why it's 10 out of 10 because it definitely
Tell
is.
us if your
I
box
saw
is
some
broke.
guy
Like
on
ours.
Metacritic. I got to mention this. I saw some guy on Metacritic give it like a 70. Or
Yeah.
something, or like a 65, and it was like the controls were clunky and there's nothing new and everything's
saw
boring. I was
that.
like, have you played the game? Everybody else was given like minimum like 85s, 90s. You know, like it's
the
not perfect,
controls
but
are
it's really good.
so clean.
Yeah, like what clunky controls? Shut the hell up! Who the hell
We,
lets you
I
rate
know.
stuff?
we start
I'll
this as we're
call
ending
controls-
the episode.
Yeah, but I'll call controls clunky when they actually are, because you know what it feels like. It
Yeah.
feels bad. It feels wrong. These are.
They're good.
If I make mistakes, I feel like it's a mistake I made for the most part.
Yeah. So yeah, let us know what you think of Metroid Dread, and if Apple made a Switch, would you buy one? Day one.
Let us know in the comments
no.
on YouTube.
Yeah, hit us up on Twitter at All Night Gamers with a K. And I think that's gonna end it here. Thank you so much. We'll be back next week, and I will talk about Swoled next week. I promise.
Sick.
See you guys.
All right.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.